So on my way out of Lowe's, I spotted this cute little plant baby that I thought I would bring home to add to the plant family. Let's just hope her brothers and sister dig her. I'm here all week, people. Don't forget to tip your waitress. Welcome to Vlogmas, day 4. Today we're going to do a little thrifting. I'm looking for some Pottery Barn and Restoration Hardware inspired planters. I have some plants that I need to put in some bigger homes, and I want to find some planters that I can age to perfection to make them look just like Restoration Hardware and Pottery Barn. So let's finish our coffee and head to the thrift store. I found some of the pots. I really don't want a terracotta pot because, you know, it's very run-of-the-mill. I want something I can make over. And this one's really nice. It's $4. I think this will be great for the basil. I may make it over or not. I mean, it already has some really good, you know, rustic appearance to it. It could go for like a Restoration Hardware Pottery Barn look. I really like that. And it's $4. So I think I'll use that one for the basil. All right, I found the pot I was looking for and a few things to resell on eBay, so not a bad trip to the thrift. We're here at Lowe's, and I'm going to get some dirt. Holy moly, they really do make pumpkin spice for everything. Pumpkin spice pine cones, you guys. What? All right, I picked up the dirt, and now we're going to go back home and create our beautiful aged pot for the rosemary, and then transplant everything else. Oh my gosh, it's cold. I've got everything laid out that I'm going to use for my little pots, vessels. This one, we were together. We found this one at the thrift store, and while I was out, I stopped at another one real quickly, and I found this. Now, it's not the prettiest thing. As you can see, it's copper looking color. I think someone was trying to make it look maybe like terracotta, but it doesn't really bother me. What I like are all the little lines going around it. I will pop up a few here from Pottery Barn that I'm going to try to mimic or that have inspired me. And this one I have had for a while. I actually just painted it gray, but I think I need to add a little bit more to it. I really want to age it as well. So here's the 3 I'm going to be working on. I believe I'm going to put my rosemary in this one and basil in this one. And if you've been with me long enough, you know I like to use what I already have on hand. So I have all of these different paint samples, cans of paint. They are colors like black, beige, gray. I'm going to be using those. You know me, I like to use what I already have on hand. And yes, those are makeup brushes. I have some old makeup brushes. I didn't really care for them, and they're kind of getting loose. So I thought, well, I'm going to go ahead and use them as paint brushes, and I don't want to go back out. I have this one I used on the lamps. I just kept it wrapped up, and it's still very moist because I may be using that with some of the black. Not sure at the moment, but yeah, I figure makeup brushes, paint brushes, it's a brush, we're going to use it. Got the smaller one painted. I used the tricorn black. This is what I used on the lamps that I aged. And as I mentioned, if you missed that video, I will link it for you. But I'm going to let that dry, and then I think I'm going to use the same technique as I did with my lamps. I'm going to rub some dry concrete on this one. And here is the larger one. This is where Rose, my rosemary, is going to be going. So that's for Rose. That's for Basil. It's basil, but you know, he's French, so it's basil. And Rose will be going in here. And as you can see, I have her all painted. This is silver satin. This is the same color I painted my bedroom. So with Rose, I am going to age her with a little bit, you know, I may do dirt with her. Since I'm doing it so light, I think I'm gonna get some dirt from outdoors and age her with the dirt. And I'm going to age Basil with the powdered cement. And in this pot, this is where my snake plant Sebastian lives. And I'm going to kind of spruce it up for him. I am going to actually just probably keep it gray, but then age it with a little bit of dirt from outdoors. So Sebastian will just be getting a little bit of aging. And I think that'll make all three of them look really, really great together. Okay, here is how Sebastian's home is looking. I love when you get the vases that have all the grooves because it really can hold all of that texture in there. When you put dirt or you put, like I did, powdered cement, it really holds it in there. So when you're looking for planters, pots, lamps to age, make sure they already have texture to them. If they don't, you're going to have to add it, and that takes a little extra step that I really just don't want to go through. So that's why I love this. Now, to hold all of that beautiful dirt in there, I am going to be sealing it with this polyurethane. I don't have any spray, like clear spray, to hold it. So I am, once again, going to use what I already have on hand, and I'm just going to be adding polyurethane over the dirt. Since I am brushing this on with the polyurethane, the best thing to do is to just pour some in a little container, because you don't want to keep dipping your brush into the can, or you're going to end up with dirt in your polyurethane in case you want to use it on another project. But this is how it's looking so far. And I will say, by doing it this way with the brush, and yes, that's another makeup brush, it's going to move the dirt around, which I really don't mind. Make sure you're in a well-ventilated area when you use the poly. But I think that really adds to it because I'm able to move it deeper into the little crevices. But I think when I get ready to age Rose over here, I'm going to buy some spray, clear spray, because polyurethane, if you use it on a lighter paint, over time it will make it look a little yellow. So I am going to buy some spray when it comes to doing this beauty over here so she doesn't turn yellow. I'm here at Lowe's, and I'm going to pick up my clear spray to go over the little pot for the rosemary. And I needed to get some more saucers. I only found one size. I was looking for a 10-inch and an 8-inch. I found a 10. Didn't find the 8-inch, so I'm going to make do with this and paint it and pick up my clear spray. But yeah, it was a little bit of a bummer. But yeah, I'm going to get this, and then we're going to head out. Okay, I don't need another plant. I saw this cutie sitting there. It's a golden pothos. I think it's how you pronounce it. Oh my goodness, yes. Bring another one home. Oh, let's just hope I don't kill it. And I'm going to pick up a little saucer for him. Eventually I'll put him in something a little bigger, but I'm going to grab a little saucer for him. I'm back with my little golden pothos, and I have made a decision. This is not a he, this is a she. And her name is Goldie. Yes, Goldie the golden pothos. Okay, and now I'm just checking on all of my pots, vessels, planters, whatever you want to call them. And I have made the executive decision to keep the little home for Basil black. The planter for Rose is also dry, so I'm going to get ready to distress her and put a clear coat. And the one for Sebastian is also done, but I'm not really digging it now that it has dried. I think I'm going to use some of my powdered cement and give it a little bit more of an ashy color to it. This really does look dirty instead of aged. In person, it's not as pretty. So I think I am going to get out the powdered cement and do a little bit more distressing on this one. I didn't even think about this when I bought this planter, but it did not have any drainage holes in it, so I just put some painter's tape on there and drilled a couple of holes, and thankfully it did not crack. Okay, I'm going to add some more of the powdered cement. So while the clear coat is still wet, I'm going to apply a little more. Here's how the planter turned out that I'm going to put Rose in. I will tell you I did one extra step I did not show you outside because it's 30-some degrees and it's cold. I applied a little bit more white paint to it. I had a can of white spray paint and I lightly, ever so lightly just went over that because I didn't want it looking dirty, as I mentioned earlier. And I think just by adding a little bit more of white over top of some of the gray, it really makes it look a little bit more aged. It doesn't look dirty. As I mentioned, I don't want them looking dirty. I want them to look aged. And I think the white on top of that gray really looks wonderful. And here is the little plant family all in their homes. Sebastian in his beautifully aged planter. Look at that. You're looking good, Sebastian. And then we have Goldie. I do have to find her a bigger home. And Basil's looking a little droopy this morning. I think I shocked him when I put him in his new home, but I love him. And I found this little stand at Goodwill, so I put him on there. I still need to get a saucer for him. And of course we have Rose. Oh, look how beautiful that turned out. She looks stunning. So there is our little plant family. They look so happy. Okay, kids, gather in for a family photo. I hope you enjoyed spending Vlogmas Day 4 with me as we gave these beautiful little babies a new home. I think the planters turned out so beautiful. Now, if you want a more detailed tutorial on how I did all the aging, I will leave the video linked where I aged my lamps, so like Restoration Hardware lamps. In that video, I go in a little bit more detail without all this fluff in between. So if you just want a straightforward video on how to age planters, lamps, I will leave that linked in the cards above. Guys, if you're also plant parents, let me know what are your favorites. Also, let me know what should I add next to my plant family. Remember, I need something very easy because I'm very new to this. I've only had Sebastian for 3 years. We just picked up Goldie. I've had Rose over here for about a month and a half, and I've had Basil for about 3 months. So I need something easy, you guys. I just need to ease into it when it comes to being a plant parent. Guys, if you have been enjoying all of my Vlogmas videos, I would appreciate a thumbs up. Also, a comment whenever you watch them. It means so much to me. As a creator, we put so much time into these videos. It lets us know that you appreciate them, and it also lets the YouTube algorithm know that these videos are worth watching so they can push them out to a wider audience so we can make this community even larger than what it already is. All right, guys, don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you right back here for Vlogmas Day 5 on Thursday. Bye, loves.
You're making it brighter right through the gray.